welcome to another edition of Two-Track Tombstone with me, Jay Tombstone. It's Friday. It is the weekend of Mardi Gras. There's a clown, Harlequins and Jesters pub crawl tonight that I'm not going to. I really went over because I'm kind of in the mood to get all dressed up as a clown, but I just want to wait and take, Friday night's not a big night for me, so, I've got, there's Endymion tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm doing Sunday, but then there's a purple party, then it's Mardi Gras, so, I'm taking tonight to just kind of hang home and rest a little bit and do a little podcast for the people who can't be in New Orleans. I feel sad for you. Although my song choices are not Mardi Gras inspired. I played a little bit of iTunes Roulette, but I've gotten to where I don't play iTunes Roulette as strictly as I did before. I kind of skipped through. I'm like, Ooh, I like that song. That's how my iTunes Roulette goes these days. Anyway, and the first song that I'm going to play tonight is by two dear friends of mine. Truly, they really are good friends of mine. Pistol Pete and Popgun Paul from their album Fine Red Wine. This song is The Garden of Love, and it's kind of a Mardi Gras theme, huh? The Garden of Love. If you've been to Mardi Gras in New Orleans, you know what I mean. It is kind of a Garden of Love. Nonetheless, my dear friends, Pistol Pete and Popgun Paul, Garden of Love.
In the Garden of Love, 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 there's nothing but weeds. They block out the sun that the pretty little flowers need. In the Garden of Love, in the Garden of Love, ain't been tended in years. It's fertile ground, but so far down grow the roots of fear. In the Garden of Love, in the Garden of Love, there's no clear path. It's crawling with bugs, and there's a snake there in the grass. And now the Garden of Love, and now the Garden of Love is a pitiful sight. But all it needs is some tender care and lots of light. And if you'll walk with me through the Garden of Love, why, just you being there could brighten it up. And we'll sow some seeds and plant some pretty things in the Garden of Love. Even though it's winter, we can make it spring. In the Garden of Love, in the Garden of Love, there's been an early frost, and there have been storms. Lord, the garden was almost lost, and now the Garden of Love, now the Garden of Love is cold and dry. Have you got a green thumb? I don't want to see the garden die. And if you'll walk with me through the Garden of Love, why, just you being there could warm it up. Put your head on my shoulder, we'll water the garden with tears. The Garden of Love can rise above all of our fears. The Garden of Love can rise above all of our fears.
The Garden of Love by Pistol Pete and Popgun Paul, my dear friends. So, I don't know, Mardi Gras going on, Muses, what happened last night, and, I had a really good time at Muses. I did not get what I wanted. I usually, for the past few years, I've gotten one of their little beads that's a shoe, and it has the year on it, and I've worn just that one bead on Mardi Gras Day. Just like one, and so when people give you, you're like, now I have the one I want. But I didn't get what I wanted this year, so I've still got a Muses bead. I'm gonna figure out, we'll do something. Sorry. Drinking a little sweet tea, and sitting on my couch, smoking a little weed, drinking a little sweet tea, watching my kittens play on the floor. My boyfriend's out at the clown pub crawl, the Harlequins versus Jesters. Yeah, Harlequins versus Jesters, which I didn't feel very inspired by. I'm not really a Harlequin or a Jester. I'm a full-on clown. Anyway, what else is going on? My mother's been in the hospital a lot. That's kind of on the depressing side. And, but, this is my podcast. I want to keep it real. You don't have to be upbeat all the time. But, yeah, my mom's been in the hospital, which has me just stressed out all the time. She's having, a toe infection, and, They got to the bone. Nonetheless, she's having all sorts of health problems. She's had heart attacks and she's diabetic, and it's very upsetting. She's getting old, and I think we all go through that thing where we're our parents. So anyway, you worry about your parents dying is what it comes down to. One day your parents are going to die, and you're really upset about it. And I'm feeling that about my mother right now, in all honesty. But it is Mardi Gras, and I talked to her the other day when she was when she got admitted to the hospital. Day before yesterday, Wednesday, and she said, "You're at Mardi Gras in New Orleans, so have fun for me." So I've got that little burden to bear now. I have to have fun at Mardi Gras for my mother. I think I can do it. Nonetheless, the next song is by Sash, who I don't know who the hell Sash is, honestly, but it's by Boy George in my head because it's his vocal. I think Sash is just the person who kind of produced it. It's the video. If you listen to my podcast and you love me and you feel so inspired, you should go to YouTube and find "Run" by Sash featuring Boy George. His makeup is so fucking incredible. This was about a decade or so ago, I guess, when he was being very inspired. He was doing Taboo, so his makeup is very Lee Bowery inspired, I'll say that. And it's very, I loved it. Loved it! Anyway, this is Run by Sash, featuring my lifelong idol, Boy George. That's what you do best. You better run. Boy, George, I love him so much. I love him. Why am I blocked from following him on Twitter? Anyway, I've told that story. You'll have to go find it in a podcast. I've told it before already. Yes, I'm still blocked from following your boy George on Twitter, and it kills me. It was just one little mistaken word. I didn't mean to be mean, and I still mean get over it. Anyway, Mardi Gras is upon us. I've got some acid for Mardi Gras Day. Shh! I'm going to be a clown on acid on Mardi Gras Day. Don't tell anybody, but I'm very excited. What else is there? Oh, yeah, I've got some ethyl. Do you remember ethyl? The stuff you, like, spray, and then you inhale it, and then do you remember? I've got some of that. It's going to be a crazy Mardi Gras. I'm so excited. And, what else is going on? I'm going to Endymion tomorrow night at Lene's, having a party. I think I told everybody about the Greg Cox gave me scabies stand-up routine I did last week that went very well. I've gotten a lot of good feedback on it since then. And Lene said she thought I should just hold it, and use it again. She thought it was very good. The Greg Cox gave me scabies. It's still true. It's funny because it's true. What else is going on? I feel like I should have some little funny story. We went to Muses. I've been to Crew de Vue, Chewbacca's, Muses, and that's the only parades I've been to. And I'll go to Endymion tomorrow night, and then I probably won't go to any more real parades other than like St. Anne on Mardi Gras morning. Anyway, so from New Orleans, it is wonderful here right now. It was cold for a while. The weather is cool and pleasant, great for costuming. I hate it when it's a hot Mardi Gras because you know me as an overdone clown and sweating, it gets miserable. It's much more pleasant when it's just like this, nice and cool and clear. It's perfect Mardi Gras 2014. I wish you were here in New Orleans. If you are not in New Orleans right now, I love you wherever you are, and I wish you were here because wherever you are in the world, you are not enjoying it as much as you would be if you were here in New Orleans right now, because it is Mardi Gras in New Orleans. It's Mardi Gras weekend. It's Friday night, then it goes to Saturday night, then it goes to Sunday night, then it's Lundi Gras, then it's Mardi Gras, and then it's over. That's the way it works here. Thanks for tuning in to my edition of 2-Track Tombstone. I'm still going, and my numbers are kind of going up a little bit again. My listenership is increasing. It was way up when I started. It's been low. There's been some days with 0 listeners. There have been some days. Of course, there were days that I didn't do a podcast. And, I can't do a podcast every day. I'm sorry, I try. But, yeah, I try. Anyway, thank you for listening. And leave a comment. Hit that little button and say you like it. I appreciate that. And I love you for listening. And I'll see you next time on the next edition of 2-Track Tombstone. Until then, happy Mardi Gras! Well, I might get another one in before Mardi Gras is over, but in case you don't hear from me till after Ash Wednesday, happy Mardi Gras.